Hello, everybody. It's time for a tarot reading. Five of Cups. Oh, no, sorry. Five of Coins. Two of Wands. Seven of Cups. The Emperor in reverse. Queen of Coins in reverse. Okay. Okay. This is about manifestation. Okay? So, you've been begging. Because that's the imagery sometimes with the Five of Coins card, right? You've been begging. No, I don't want to make it sound desperate, but you've been praying, you've been asking for something specifically. I believe you've started on that path. Two of Wands. The Seven of Cups is saying you can have, it's kind of talking about dreaming, not maladaptive daydreaming, okay, but just dreaming, like looking at the possibilities. Like if you look at this card, there's like a different, there's something different in each cup. So you're being given options, right? Like, oh, these are the futures that lay ahead of you. You can have any of them if you want, right? It's basically saying that God, the universe, spirit, source, however you call it, is responding to you because you keep asking for something, and it's saying they're on your side and they want to help you manifest this, right? You're kind of already at the cusp of it. You're almost there, or you just started. Something like that, like your foot's in the door. Okay, but here's the message. We have the the Emperor in reverse and the Queen of Coins in reverse. You need to work for it. And you're like, isn't that manifestation? Isn't that the point of manifestation? Like it's just supposed to come, like boom, it's there. I mean, yes and no. Right? It's like, let's say you want to be a fashion designer, right? That's what you wanted. You were working a job that had nothing to do with fashion, that was not creative at all. And you're like, I really want to be a creative. I want to be a fashion designer. That's what I want so bad. And that's what you've been manifesting. Yes. And so now you have the opportunity to be a fashion designer. What probably happened is you kind of got redirected. You're no longer at your previous job. The people around you, you know, your friends and your family found out that you wanted to be this fashion designer. They didn't know before. And so now they're like, maybe there was some resistance at first, but now they're on board and they're willing to support you. And you probably now have some opportunities to start designing things, right? I don't know if you got into, if you got into design school, or if you started selling some items and maybe you're getting some interest, but it's starting. It's in that beginning stage, but like a hopeful beginning stage. You know what I mean? Like full of promise. Two of Wands, right? There's a new spark there, but it's saying you need to work at it, right? Like manifestation doesn't mean that you're in your house all day, not making anything, not creating anything. And then this fully created life just falls on your lap. No, you still have to work for it, but Are you going to be afforded more opportunities? Yes. Are you being given support that you never had before towards the stream? Yes. Are you being given ideas? Because ideas are also a divine gift, right? You're being gifted with creativity so that you can make these things that you love, share it with the world. Yes. You are being gifted with an audience, right? You're starting to, maybe slowly, but you're attracting an audience for what it is that you're creating. Yes, amazing. But you got to do the work too. And I don't necessarily mean that this is like a really harsh criticism. Please don't take it that way, right? It's not saying that, oh, you're being lazy or whatever. No, I think this is more of a reminder that just because you don't get the ready-made product doesn't mean that the universe isn't supporting you and helping you. Because maybe you imagined manifestation as like, yeah, like kind of like waking up one day and then your fashion empire is built and you already have like 1 million followers on whichever social media platform, and they're appreciating the designs that you posted. You know, like a ready-made successful career. And this is saying, no, we're helping you reach that. That's our help. The manifestation is us helping you create that life. And of course, if you're now at point A, then there has to be work coming from you to reach point B, point C, point D, whatever it is. And when you do the work, it's not just about hard work for the sake of hard work, right? The effort that you put in is a sign of your commitment to what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like every time you show up to your design studio or whatever it is that you're doing, like if you're coding, you're trying to make a new app, whatever it is that you're doing, or if you're in school and you, let's say you want to be a nurse, a doctor, a lawyer, whatever it is, every time you show up for class, every time you study for a test, you're basically telling God, the universe, like, I'm committed. This is what I want. Yes, this is the life I want. Thank you for helping me. It's like you're reaffirming your commitment to what you're trying to achieve ultimately. They're on your side, right? They're giving you the support. They're rearranging things around you, but there's still effort, dedication, and discipline that is involved. I hope I'm making sense. Right? Yeah. If you're saying, Lord, please help me pass my exams, right? Like maybe this is the bar exam, the board exams, whatever licensure exam. Like, I imagine myself being like a full-fledged dentist, a full-fledged lawyer, full-fledged engineer, whatever it is. You're like, okay, I feel it. This is it. That's what it's going to be. That's my career. Ooh. All right. Then great. But you have to show up for class. And you have to show up for your review sessions. You have to crack open that book. Because, and it's not just because you have to suffer. No, it's because each time you do so, you're like, I affirm my commitment. Like, I'm doing my part because I know that God and the universe and everyone else is doing their part too. We're all in this together. Okay? You're doing your part and I'm doing mine. Let's get some oracle cards. This is the bottom of the deck. I feel like drawing it, so love. Yes. You are meant to feel love. Like I said, this is not hard work because you're suffering. No, it's love. If we go back to the example of the fashion designer, do this because you love designing and making clothes and making people feel beautiful. And when you do that, actually, the work feels lighter. Have you ever done something that you like it so much that the time just passes? It's what we call, I think, at least for me, right, going into the flow state, right? Try to find that love for what you're doing. Like, let's say, as we said, you wanted to be a lawyer, right? And you're studying for your exams. Then lose yourself in in that process of learning more about the craft that you chose. Like, remember the love that you have for what you're doing. Let that fill you. And when you do things with love, you don't really feel the time passing and you don't really feel tired. I mean, yes, physically our bodies get tired. And I'm not saying that you should disregard that. Please take rest. Please sleep if you need to. Okay? But a lot of times, though, the tiredness that we feel isn't related to the physical, right? Like, I'm sure you've experienced this. You drank coffee, maybe several cups of coffee, and you still feel like going to bed. So, is your body really physically tired? No, that's the purpose of caffeine. It's meant to make you feel not tired, right? No, there's something else in there. Maybe you don't see the sense of what you're doing, or there's a disconnect between you and the activity that you're trying to perform. So this card is saying connect. That's the difference, right? Like the opposite of disconnection and separation is love. Love is putting together. So it's like link what you're doing to the bigger picture, to your goal, to what it is that you love, right? Like maybe you don't actually like studying, because I understand you and I think that's a very normal experience, right? But you're thinking, well, when I study this, then I am actually serving my future patients. I want to help people. I want to serve people. And so when I read this book, even if I don't get everything that I'm reading, I am still being of service to people because I am preparing myself for the time when I'm going to be in front of patients and I'm going to have more understanding of what they're going through. Um, if if you're working, like let's say to support your dream, like you're working to save up for school, or you're working to save up for, let's say, like new equipment for what you're trying to do, then say, every time I clock in for work in this job, I am one step closer to doing what I really want to do. And so I enjoy this job now. I enjoy this work because it's helping me. It's helping me do what I love. And when you do anything with that kind of mindset, with that kind of energy, then I don't think it's going to be as hard for you. And this is not just a hack, right? I know a lot of things, on social media is like, let's hack that hack, whatever. This is a way of life. Unfortunately for us, a lot of times we look at the small piece, that little piece of our day, what we're doing, right? Like scrubbing the bathroom, holding a crying baby, struggling through traffic. And we're like, this just sucks. This really sucks. And I'm not saying you're wrong, because those are annoying things to do, right? But when you connect it, love, when you infuse it with this different kind of energy, when you see its connection with the rest of your life, then you realize it's actually a good thing, right? You can enjoy it. You can let yourself enjoy it. You can lose yourself in it because you like it. And kind of like when you play games, right? How can people play games for 7 or 8 hours straight and lose themselves in it? Because they love it. And so if you love whatever it is that you're doing, you won't feel as tired, whatever it is. So I know I'm going to draw another oracle card, but before I do that, I just wanted to say you can do this with anything in your life. I mean, yes, maybe you've chosen a specific field or a specific thing that you want to manifest, but the truth is you can manifest anything. So if you have that faith, right, and you continue working with the divine, God, the universe, your angels, your spirit guides, however you think about it, if you continue working with them and you dedicate yourself to it and you view everything with love, I guess this is another way of saying how those people would put it, like put yourself in a high frequency, good vibes, whatever. It just means love. Love. Like suffusing your whole life with love. Then there's no way for you to fail. There's no way for you to not get whatever it is that you want. Yeah. So one last oracle card for you. I really feel it's the top one. Okay. Your hard work is paying off. Yeah. It has to. It has to. I would say your hard work, yes, but hard work with love. It's very hard to succeed if you're working hard, and I mean working your ass off, but you hate every moment of it. Let me tell you, I've been there. And I've seen people. They're like, oh, I'm going to read all these chapters, but I hate it. I hate every single page of this fucking book, but I'm reading it. It's very hard to succeed in that way. Whereas I'm sure you've seen other people, you feel like they don't study as much, and you're like, why is their grade higher than mine? Because they're happy when they're reading the book. They're not reading it for 5 hours a day. Maybe they're just doing 1 or 2 hours, but they love it. When they read it, they love it. They're like, oh my God, this is so much fun. Yeah, that's what it is. Or maybe you don't know that they're actually studying more than you, but they don't complain about it because they just love it. Whereas with you, it's like, oh, I can't believe it. I couldn't sleep. I did this. I did that. And maybe when you ask them how their weekend went, they're like, oh yeah, it was cool. It was good. They could have studied more than you, but they didn't feel the weight of it. They just did it, and they had fun in the middle. They ate pizza. They hung out with friends, and they just went right back because it didn't feel bad for them. Love. So I want to thank you so much for watching this reading. Thank you for spending part of your day with me. Leave me a like and a comment. Right, it's cool. Thank you, God. Thank you, universe. Thank you, angels, spirit guides, and ancestors. Thank you to my higher self. Thank you to my cards and crystals for this reading. Thank you for watching this reading, and I hope you have a great day. Bye bye.